You hear about the man in Oregon who threw over 200K out of a speeding car on the highway? Yeah, that was a cool story. I'll bring that up. That's a wholesome one. It's not wholesome at all, actually. But his heart was in the right place. He's just a little confused.
$200,000 cashed out a car window. He said he wanted to help people in need.
Yep.
It was his money, but the other family members who were on the joint account from which the cash came now say they're the ones in need. Here's Les Trent.
It's a cash giveaway on the highway.
You can't fault the good intentions.
$100 bills, which had been thrown from the window of a speeding car. Police say the 38-year-old driver threw a whopping $200,000 in cash from his car as he drove along an interstate in Eugene, Oregon.
Which is just a wild idea, by the way. Like, first of all, throwing 200K in cash anywhere is wacky. Like, that is outrageous. But to throw it out of a speeding vehicle is even stupider. It's going to be extremely hard to pick up the cash. But not only that, to throw it out of a speeding vehicle on the interstate where human beings are not, like, walking is even stupider. Then all the money's just going to keep getting run over until it's worthless. So, yeah. Everything about this plan screams that he had just done, like, PCP or something, and he was seeing God. He was like, holy shit, I'm chosen. Gotta drain the bank account to spread the love.
And get this, cops say he drained his family's bank account and then proceeded to literally throw it out the window.
This guy was driving up and down I-5, dropping out tons of cash.
Chaos erupted as motorists pulled over looking for a wad of bills.
It's also extremely dangerous just to be walking around the interstate like this. Like, this is the worst place you could have ever had people going on a fucking scavenger hunt. And at night, too. This lady's out here playing on Ultra Nightmare mode. She's wearing black on black. I don't know what the fuck that thought process is. Hopefully she doesn't see like $100 bill out there, because that could spell the end. That could just be a disaster. Or if you were like an evil supervillain, you put like $100 bill on like a fishing line, you throw it out and reel it in like Mr. Krabs when he was chasing that dollar around. Like, this whole thing is just so fucking ridiculous.
Word spread fast.
Some friends called me and said that they got $2,000.
They left their cars on the side of the road with traffic whizzing by. Just a handful of people wondered if this was the right thing to do.
We have one of the people who picked up the large sum of cash, $1,800 worth.
Oh, they thought it was stolen.
I-5 wanting to know what to do with the money.
The next morning, stragglers were still looking for a few bucks that may have been left behind. The dude who is said to have tossed out the family bank account has been identified as Colin Davis McCarthy.
Classic Colin W.
State troopers say he does not face theft charges because his name was on the joint bank account, along with a bunch of other family members.
This guy isn't in any legal trouble at all because he was on the account. He had a right to throw the money away, as crazy as it sounds.
The family says, please
sounds like a
return
radio
it.
DJ.
That money is very much needed by the family.
Yep. Such a fucking crazy story. Every single iota of that plan is dumb. Draining all of the money from his family's account, and then instead of like doing, if he wanted to just give away everything, like all of his worldly possessions or whatever, that's one thing. You like actually give it away or do some kind of, I don't know, effective means of giving. This guy just threw it out over the interstate like a bank robber. It's so fucking wild. And then he throws away like his family's financial security. Thanks to the resub. S8, Agadina, Bicey, and Tier 1 Fajita, and the Tier 2 Coal. Hey, it might not be too late, Dojan. There still might be some 100 bills out there. Yeah, maybe he'll do like a world tour of just tossing out 200K across the globe. I bet it was only like 80K and they're just lying. Brother, what? Okay, let's assume you're right. If he threw out 80K from the car window, the story is just as fucking stupid. It doesn't change. It's not like the amount that makes it outrageous. It's the whole idea of it, though the amount absolutely does help elevate the goofiness. I'll be waiting on 275 for someone to do this. Yeah, maybe he's going to start a trend like that whole pay it forward trend where in a drive-thru you used to pay for the people behind you's meal. Maybe now people just drain their bank accounts and start tossing that shit out the window on the interstate. I'd love to like see an interview with Colin. I want to know. Can you imagine Mr. Beast doing the same thing? I really couldn't. Like, I actually couldn't. I could see like a really supervillain's a word I've been using a lot recently, but I can't think of another word for it. But I could see like a rich supervillain doing something similar. Like maybe this inspires him and he throws out like 200K, but over like an old minefield. Like some of those locations that still have buried landmines that are a danger to people, just literally throwing it out there and not telling people, or not telling people it's all landmines everywhere. Like, that could be crazy. I could see that. That'd be like an actual plot for some kind of evil bad guy. Hey, thanks for the tier 1 baked beans and the resub. Shaq and Windy. Vigilante. Well, that's definitely not the right word for it. That's not a vigilante at all. That's like actual Squid Games, yeah. But I still think it's surprising, Dojin, that someone would even do this. There's just so many better ways. Draining the family's bank account without telling them or anything like that, immediately ruining that, like, pretty much their life, that's debilitating. To give all the money away is one thing, but to just throw it out the window is a totally different one. Like, if you just set up a garage sale where people, like, pull up and he gives you money to take away some of his items, like, I'd be like, oh, wow, what a fucking saint. Look at this guy. Let's get a load of this fucking guy. They did it on the interstate. I almost feel like he did want to see people getting hit. Like, maybe he actually is just a evildoer. He was like, I'm going to throw out 200K and I want to see how many greedy people go out there to collect it and then get fucking slaughtered. Like Jigsaw playing a game with people's greed. Oh, that's interesting. He probably threw out 10K and kept the rest. That... Maybe we're not giving him enough credit. Perhaps this was all a ruse. So he drains the family's bank account, and then he comes up with this outrageous plan. I'll throw some of the money out on the interstate. The family would report 200K is missing, and then this story would come out with all this money that was thrown on the interstate, but we only have like a few people that have confirmed like 2K, 1.5K. Yeah. Oh, maybe. So he threw out 10K and he's pocketed the other 190 and they're like, oh shit, damn, guess it's all gone. Sorry guys, I just really wanted to help people. Meanwhile, he's still got 190K in his fucking mattress. Holy shit, that's what the 80K guy was saying. He's actually smart. True, yeah. I'll eat shit on the 80K guy. That must have been like the tree he was barking up there. That is quite the plan. That is a nefarious plot. And would actually be kind of smart if you're trying to fuck your family and take all the money for yourself. Yeah, because the amount doesn't match up with what people picked up. Well, that's only what people have reported. Do you know how many people have probably been out on this fucking interstate for the last 2 days? Literally camping there? You probably have some of those, like, old beachgoers with the metal detector out looking for $100 bills now. Like, the spirit's there, but the, you know, the brain's not. The body's willing, but the mind's fried. Like, they're probably trying everything. So there's, maybe it was the whole 200K, the whole kit and caboodle, and people have just taken it and then, you know, went home and haven't talked to the news agencies about it. Because again, most people are going to assume it's stolen cash, and with stolen cash, I imagine you have to give it back. So they're probably like, fuck that. I'll take this 30K worth of stolen cash I found in the ditch here and just go home. Thanks to the Prime Swag, and the resub Trey and Cutie and Karomi. And Thick, Prince, and Glitch. And yeah, I have seen that mech. Oh my god, I totally forgot the Pope's Exorcist came out. Thank you so much for reminding me. I need to go watch that. That's actually fucking huge.